Hi, I'm Tony, this is Slack, welcome to Smog Vlog. Today we're going to be chatting crap about the vaping news. Alright guys, so first up we're going to head over to the USA and talk about the FDA. So over there tomorrow, today as it happens, so at some point later today, USA, it's all kicking off. So you've got the House Appropriators are going to go against sort of the FDA kind of thing. What's going on over there is the FDA are trying to massively regulate and basically cripple e-cigarettes, very much like we had the TPD over here. There's a similar sort of thing. It's been going on a while. We've reported on it a few times, and there's constant stories about it all over the press. We're not going to dig too much details into this one. We're going to link it up in the thing. You can have a read through if you want. But at the moment, there's no real sort of guts to what's actually happened because it hasn't happened yet. However, by the time you're watching this, it will have done. So probably not the best story to start on. However, it's just that thing with the dumb regulations and the back pocket for cigarette companies, I'm sure. Wonderful. So America is a bit of a savage beast when it comes to rules and regulations. Not only do you have sort of federal level, you also have state level, and then probably town level as well. It is so complicated, and being like us, we're always following whatever the latest is with the eCig news, and stuff is always coming out of America, either be it state or federal sort of level. And I mean, you got like 50 odd states.
50 exactly.
50 exactly states. Fucking hell, I got it right. And out of each state, there's always something going on. I mean, recently, a few months ago, I think Mount Baker Vapor had to relocate out of their state because at state level, their business got fucked over by rules, needless rules and regulations. So this being sort of like at federal level, you'd think would encompass all of it, but then, you know, different states come up with different workarounds to sort of like get in behind it. Like Slack said, I mean, it's just to do with sort of getting their kickbacks from cigarette sales and pushing cigarettes forward. Bastards.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of this is going to be centralised around California. FDA being California, and eCig companies. There's a load of really cool Californian eCig companies, so you know it's like a hotbed for eCigs, and so where the heavy hammer is likely to fall. So yeah, we're going to keep you up to date on that. So there may be some annotations. Make sure you have your annotations turned off, because if something interesting has happened, it might pop up now. If not, I just look like a prick more than usual. Moving on.
And next up on the vlog news, Wall Street Journal rehashes the same story everyone has already done.
Yeah, so it's the same shit, different day. We've seen it before all over the world. These stories of are e-cigs healthy? I mean, it's kind of good because they've almost done this in a good way. Almost, you know. That they've got a statement at the start of the article where they're talking about various merits, then they actually go into like the pros for e-cigs that someone's reporting on, but then they finish with the negatives of e-cigs. And I'm just going to read you a quote here. That one of the closing statements is that these people against e-cigarettes say, we have treatments that work for smoking cessation. E-cigarettes are not one of them, and it is long past time to stop selling them as such. Now, that's bullshit. I stopped smoking because I use e-cigarettes. Tony stopped smoking because he uses e-cigarettes. There's a lot of guff in all these type of articles.
Hold on a minute, before you go any further, not only did we both stop due to these, we also tried varying other treatments that they're fucking saying here. I tried the fucking Nicorette patches, the Nicorette gum, the inhalator. I got fucking hypnotised.
It's funny, every time my coffee does a chicken impression.
And this is the only thing that's worked for me.
So yeah, going back to the story and that bold statement about saying other things doesn't work when we know loads of people who have quit smoking and moved on to e-cigarettes, and I even know quite a few people who have quit e-cigarettes to just go to nothing, which is great for them. If that's what you want to do, then that is brilliant. I mean, that is for a lot of people the point of e-cigarettes. So that's really cool. Yet you get these stories continually coming back saying that e-cigarettes are a gateway to smoking. Yet when you sort of take a look at the actual facts, you have people crunch numbers. Linda Bald from Stirling University in the UK proves that no, absolute bollocks, e-cigarettes are not a gateway to smoking. People who are likely to smoke may take up e-cigarettes, and people who are smoking come off of it. It's not a gateway into smoking. I don't know, we've been over this so many times.
Where is that bullshit button? Oh yeah, we broke it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a bit frustrating. So the story was nearly good. Wall Street Journal had the right idea. They kind of had the right format. But the way they're finishing on this massive low, and you can just tell the person who has done this is not really pro e-cigarettes, and they've tried to do it in a way that looks impartial, but in fact I think it's slightly weighted the wrong way, like they all are, but
Moving along.
Okay, next story is the Daily Fail comedy story of the week.
Yeah, so the Fail has run with an article saying that people who use e-cigarette devices have obstructions in their airways and inflammation of their airways for 30 minutes afterwards. And they're pulling that information from the Hellenic Cancer Society in Athens.
Yeah, so digging into this a bit more, I think they robbed it from Max News Health, Newsmax Health. I don't know, some other place will also link you up because it's kind of the same thing. And Daily Mail aren't very original. Also, their website doesn't work properly because they're... Well, anyway, it's not about that. It's about this shit story. I almost guarantee that this is going to be one of those stories that, is shock and horror. Oh my God. And then... it's front page or second page, big print, horror story headline type stuff, and a couple of weeks later there'll be a real small one-liner saying, oh yeah, they were lying basically, or they got their facts wrong, or there was a bug in the system that was checking the information, like we've seen so many times with all these things where they say e-cigarettes are terrible for you. Now the reason I think that, aside from the fact that that is now what we're used to, when I see an eCig horror story, I just take it with a pinch of salt now. I look into them. I want to know. Yeah, I want to know if they are real, because I am an eCig user, and if there is a genuine, legitimate health concern for me, I want to know about that so I can make an informed decision about giving up e-cigarettes or cutting down or switching flavours or whatever the thing is. So I do track them. However, like I say, we just see so many of these that just turn out to be complete bullshit that straight away my default thing is it's probably not true, we'll find out. The next thing that makes me call bullshit is the amount of vapors I know who have got asthma. And that's one of the big things in this story. They're saying that it fucks people with asthma. Yeah. I know several vapors who used to occasionally smoke and it used to really knacker up their asthma, but when you had a few beers, it's kind of hard not to resist a cheeky cigarette, unless you've got vape gear, in which case, great. And that's actually how quite a few of these people I know got onto vaping, and absolutely no issues. I mean, we all get the vapor cough, with the first thing, so maybe that is what causes the inflammation. Maybe these people who have been, tested haven't vaped before or something. And they've just been coughing, because coughing does inflame everything down there. So I don't know, I'm still calling massive amounts of bullshit on the story, and I certainly am not concerned.
I was calling bullshit, after reading that first sentence.
Daily Mail?
That's usually the indicator. No, if they just stopped at saying inflammation, you'd say, yeah, okay, that has some... They said obstruction. Well, I'm sorry, but if you've got obstructed fucking airways, that means you're choking. you're not getting any air to your lungs, you will be categorically dead in 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I think if there is inflammation and your tube's gone from that to that, that is an obstruction. It's just not a complete blockage, you know, partial obstruction.
It doesn't say partial. It says obstruction.
Yeah,
they're doing it to sensationalise the
Of
article.
course, they are massively sensationalised.
Yeah.
You know, like we expect from the Daily Mail. And,
if they're going to do that, then you
places.
can't invest anything in the fucking article at all.
Yeah, again, we're going to follow it, and if more information comes to light, we'll obviously let you know. But at the minute, I'm not concerned about it. As I've said so many times, you know, since giving up smoking, my lungs work great. I feel so much better in myself. I get ill less often, you know. Sure, it's not as good as not smoking. I don't pretend that for a second, or not vaping, sorry, you know. If I was to give up and go clean living, you know, similarly cutting down on beer and tea and just drinking water, that would also be really good for you. Not eating food off, you know, cooking stuff in microwaves in plastic containers, that's also really bad for you. You know, there's millions of things you can do to improve yourself, and meh.
It's about that time. Let's move along. Next up, totally wicked sign, mate.
Yeah, so found on Kent Online, Maidstone councillors are complaining about a new totally wicked e-cigarette shop that has popped up in their town. Now, it's not just about having an e-cigarette shop. The big part of this seems to be about the sign on the outside of the building, which is the totally wicked logo, the devil in sunglasses, you know. It's just mind-boggling, you know, that really, I mean, you can tell that their local newspaper must be full of stories like this, and things like, you know, high crime, someone stole a pair of secateurs, and
It turned out to be a squirrel.
yeah, and yeah, madman caught doing 32 in a 30, and yeah, all this sort of shit. And like, Jesus, guys, this is councillors worrying about a sign for an e-cig shop. Which, interestingly, Tony had found this story as well, and found that there was a poll on one of the places.
Yeah, so one of the newspapers that I found linking to the site was actually running a poll on their on the news website, asking viewers, you know, click the poll, see what you say. Say what you say. Do you find the sign offensive? Do you not find the sign offensive? Do you other? And this massive fucking pie chart in the middle of the screen, like somewhere between 75 and 77% were saying no, not offensive at all.
Yeah, it's the thing that makes it, you know, it's like the icing on the cake for this story is some of the quotes that are in it. So we're going to just read a couple now. So, first one, Councillor Faye Gooch. Now, that's funny in itself if you know what the gooch is. I've heard a couple of people refer to it. It's the bit between your balls and your arsehole. So we're off to a blinder already. Anyway, Councillor Faye Gooch has complained to Maidstone Borough Council on the grounds that the grinning devil is unpleasant, big speech marks, and could pose a distraction for drivers. Now I put it to you, Faye Gooch, like, what about the fucking spearmint rhino posters, right? You get these massive fucking billboards, you know, with half-naked chicks, you know, and what... They're okay, but, you know, a devil on a shop front that's high out the way, you know, we're not talking like a busy road, we're not talking like an A road where, you know, you go from 70 a stop in seconds. Like, oh, massively distracting, a devil looking down at me. Tony's just going to read the next quote that we quite like as well.
The next one says, nothing says welcome to Maidstone quite like a grinning vaped out picture of the devil overlooking us all. Yeah. That's from Councillor Stephen Payne.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure what they mean by vaped out. Are they implying that there's some sort of hallucinogen or like stoner drug in here and vaped out? Oh, totally vaped out, man. Yeah, vaped out. Yeah, I was vaping for like, you know, 10 minutes straight, and I'm like totally vaped out now. What the fuck is vaped out, guys? Like, I mean, seriously, comments below if you've got an opinion on what vaped out is.
Please.
I mean, I can vape all day and it doesn't affect me in any way other than I'm happier because I'm having a nice tasty vape. Right, next up on the hit list, this is the last one of our news stories, so we're going to do that thing that we do best and finish on a high. So, Flappy Bird on an e-cigarette, it's awesome. We just reviewed the Lysamo L1 with that massive colour screen, and we were saying it just looks like a Game Boy or a Nokia phone. Where's my Snake? Where's my games? And yeah, Tony?
Yeah, so Ballet's Bank, sorry dude, I'm probably not saying your name right, but he's made the fully playable version of this Flappy Bird for the VTC Mini, and it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, obviously it's not the colour screen, but I mean it's fully playable. You flap that bird, and away you go. So I think that is really cool, and I am hopeful that manufacturers are going to see this and think, fuck, we could have done that.
Yeah.
We should do that, and just get some more technology into these things, because they're very much a part of our lives now. Like the whole thing with the clock on the Lysamo L1, right? I was like, why the fuck is there a date and time on the L1? I'm never going to need that. Then you go out for a vape break and you find that the thing that tells the time is already there. I don't wear a wristwatch, there's a lot of argument in business about the use of ties. That's just saying, I don't need to wear ties, there's redundant, no one needs them anymore. Yet everyone wears a fucking wristwatch. I've got two in my pocket in my form of my phones, so why do I need a wristwatch? So take it a step further, let's have that clock on there. That's really cool. Get games on there as well. Get an MP3 player.
Yep, he just stole two of mine. I was thinking more along the lines of, the MP3 player was actually my idea. That was where I was going to go with that. Yeah, so innovation seems to be a bit stifled recently in the e-cig market. A lot of companies just seem to be sort of like rolling out a sort of like small update in certain circumstances. People are going backwards. Smoke. So if we're sort of like hitting a brick wall there, so yeah, why don't we put fucking big screens on things and start integrating them more into our lifestyle, making it wearable technology, usable technology, instead of just a thing.
Yeah, okay, I mean, a couple more things, like, why is this not a mobile phone? Okay, maybe the dangers of having these dual 18 650s or LiPos next to your ear, maybe, but you kind of already got that already with phone batteries, it's the same kind of material, same kind of technology in there. If you're not wanting it to be a phone, things like the L1 and the X Cube 2 already have Bluetooth built in. What about that like Pebble smartwatch thing going on? So, hook it all up. Okay, maybe it's overkill, but have one device to rule them all. It is your everything. You can read ebooks on it. Just fucking everything. Surf the internet on it. Taser. Fucking everything. I want it all in one.
Okay, before he goes off any more than he already is, what we're saying is innovation is key, and obviously they need to think of something to make it a bit more interesting for us.
Yeah, and so hats off to Mr. Bank, whose name we won't be saying, right? That's awesome. So the firmware should hopefully be available for download. I believe it is, and I believe it's going to be in our description below. Obviously, whether it gets pulled or not, we don't know. But it's certainly worth checking out if you're a vapor. It's just really cool to see stuff like that being done in the community. Okay, before we move on and have a chat about anything else, having just finished the news articles, one thing we like to do is sort of keep on top of news articles that we've covered previously. One which has now concluded was the Welsh Assembly were planning on banning e-cigs in use anywhere where children go. That got completely thrown out. Labour were just told there had been a bunch of pricks over it. They handled it really badly. They were rude, and the whole thing is out. I mean, this is going back to last month now, but as we covered it, we thought we'd update it just in case you didn't catch that. But yeah, I mean, it's good news for vapors. Personally, I'm okay with the idea of not vaping around children anyway, but I think again that should be a discretion thing and a common sense thing. So it's a win.
Okay, so that's the vaping news out the way. Moving along now to Smog Vlog breaking news.
Well, not so much breaking news, but we're totally going to be doing Vapor Expert at the NEC in 7th of 8th of May, around there sometime. At the moment, the loose plan is we're going to be there on Friday and Saturday.
Very loose. Okay, so as with Vape Jam that we did at London XL, we're hoping to get up to Birmingham and do the whole NEC thing, hopefully this time for a couple of days.
Yeah, so we're going to be there as press, which is awesome, and we got officially sworn in as press, so woo! And it'd be great to meet up with some of you. We had a really good time at Vape Jam. Met James Bushell and Gary and a load of other people whose names we have forgot because we're fucking useless. However, we know to be more organised for next time. We will be taking a notepad, so if you see us there, the chances are we will be busy writing down shit, So if you do see us, don't be afraid to come up and say hi, because we are quite chatty.
Hey. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than Vape Jam up at London, but looking at the website, there's going to be a huge amount of vendors going to be turning up there. Hopefully not so juice heavy this time as well.
Well, no, I think it's going to be a very similar percentage where it is going to be largely juice, but there are definitely some hardware manufacturers there that I'm interested in seeing. Steam Crave are going to be there and a whole bunch of others. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. The website will link you up in the notes below as always, and it would be great to see you there. So in one of our recent videos, Kian Thrumble suggested we do vlogs more often, which is something we always aim to do, but very rarely do, so apologies there. We enjoy doing them, it's just life gets in the way. Products are coming in so fast. I mean, we've had so many products that we've bought with the intention of reviewing that we either don't get ready for review, or by the time they're ready, because of other stuff going on, it's like no point in reviewing the OBS Cryos now, even though I freaking love it, all this sort of stuff. It just sort of makes it a bit difficult, but we are intending to reduce the time on the vlogs and increase the frequency. One of the other suggestions he said is that, mention what you've been vaping on this week, so I thought we'd start with that.
Oh, so that's me, is it? Right. This week has mainly been cuboid with running the firmware update to 200 watt with VCMT. You haven't heard about that yet because we haven't reviewed it yet, but it's a fairly old tank from end of last year, I think it came out. Stock delays in the UK, but I managed to snaffle one up quick, and yeah, I've been loving it. You?
What juice you been running in that before we move on?
That was a mixture between blue slush and smog juice.
Yeah, not related to us. That would be Pappy Band, then, I assume.
Yes,
yeah.
Sorry.
Cool.
And the blue slush would be from
tit sauce.
Tit sauce.
It's the tits.
You?
So I always run multiple devices. Like I can't just go anywhere with one device, because what if, oh my god, it's getting bad, it's getting worse. 4 devices is my average that I cart about. My main go-to thing that I've been using is still the same setup from Vape Jam, which is the Lysamo L1 with some Samsung 30Qs inside, running the Crown tank, and the juice I've been using in that has been varying between Cream Puff Factory's Banana and I Love Cookies by Mad Hatter Juices. They're both just freaking amazing. They made me fall in love with vaping again. They are so tasty, and yeah, quite frankly, I really hope that both of those people are there again at Vapor Expo in the NEC so I can stock back up for cheap, because yeah, I have a problem. Other unit wise, I've been running the Tesla Nano, which might surprise some people, with a Cleto on it, and yeah, it's alright. It's alright. The Cleto is alright, it's such a Marmite thing. It always opens up discussions, on here and when you're out and about. People love them or hate them. I just think it's alright, not as good as the hype as I've continually said. But yeah, no, I'm not saying it's terrible, because I do still use it. Again, in here I've been running the same juices because they are so freaking tasty. I've also been running my trusty Target kit, though I've changed the tank for an iJust 2 tank now. Same coils, the C-cell coils, running all sorts of juice in there, and also been sneaking about with the old Councillor Vapor Volt Mini. It's just so small. You do need to charge it more than you use it, but it's just so tiny, great. Dog walking. I accidentally nearly washed the fucker. So I went to put my clothes in the laundry and chuck my shirt in, and I was walking out, I thought, hang on, that just seemed a little bit heavier than usual. I went back, oh yeah, Councillor Vapor Mini Volt in the shirt pocket, and it's so small that it's only a matter of time until that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great because it's just such a small footprint that it doesn't matter what you put it in, you know. Your pocket's already full, you've still got room for a Council of Vapor mini volt kit, you know. Awesome.
Next up for you guys is video updates. Is that right?
Yes.
So, Wise Mech Venti, being the oldest one since the last vlog that we did, has been actually a really good performer in terms of, you know, videos that we've uploaded. It's got like
crazy monkey face.
over 800 views. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, those kits, those sort of all-in-one kits seem very popular. Certainly, you know, they're not what I tend to look at because I like to pick and mix my individual components, even down to the coils, you know. But there's certainly a huge demand for it, you know, which is great. You know, it's that the ease of kit. You just buy one thing, it's all there. No choice, no, you know, worrying whether it's all going to work together.
Ready to rock and roll out the box. And it still is. I mean, yeah, I just bought a pack of new coils for it. Still loving it. It's a brilliant out and about device. The only thing that gets me down is when I break my cock rings round it.
It needs the larger size cock rings. Next up on the videos we have the UL Raphael or Raphael or Raffle, depending on how you say it. There's no right or wrong way. You guys are all wrong, it's Raphael, but you know, that's fine. We'll get over that. Still a great tank. Still love that.
Yeah, I've still using it on a day-to-day basis. Again, I ordered another pack of coils for it because it's just a fucking fantastic performer.
Yeah, I mean that's how you tell whether a tank is good for us, because we bother ordering the extra coils. If it's all right, we won't bother because we get so many sort of coming through that we're trying out that, you know, it's just why bother.
That being said, I was stung with the Cletus tank because I ordered the coils in haste before we actually did the review for it, and I got the fucking 0.2 coils for it, and I just hate them.
Yeah, 0.2 I certainly don't get on with. But
0.4.
Yeah, 0.4. Or maybe the new 2.27s.
Ooh.
All will be revealed soon. Ooh.
Another video.
Yeah.
Next up for you guys was the Smog Micro 1 kit. Another really good video performer with 655 views so far.
Yeah, come on guys, 11 more people need to watch that shit so we get it up to 666. Come on, let's make that happen today. I'm going to do it now. No, not really.
In terms of, you know, how it's been performing, actually, full disclosure for you guys, that was actually a present for my brother, and he's got it and he's loving it. I mean, we did the unboxing for it and did all the testing for it, but don't worry, I boxed it all back up for him really nicely, and he didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, but he's an ungrateful shit, so, you know.
He
probably doesn't deserve it.
He did then have a clue when he watched our review video for it and thought that looked a bit familiar.
He never said thank you. Can you believe that shit? You get a Smog Micro 1 kit from your brother and you don't say thank you. Ah, ungrateful, Nick. You are ungrateful.
He got called up on it afterwards, and he then did promptly say thank you. So
good. Did he have any teeth left when he was doing it? Right, next up we had the CeraVape Sota, and yeah, I love it. It's great flavour, and you know, I'm going to try out the other coils it's got, or maybe I won't, because we actually had people from CeraVape come on and say, yeah, check out our new Cerebis, except you can't, because you can't get it in the UK, you can't get it anywhere. Like, you know, if I'm going to go for China, I'll be going to Fast Tech, Gearbest, somewhere like that, you know, the usual haunts. And it's just not there to get, and I can't find it in the UK, so I'm left with like buying it from a country that's going to charge me more for shipping than it will to actually just buy the item. So it's a bit of a bad situation, so I'm hoping the new one will come out. But for now, yeah, CeraVape Sota, I still use it regularly. It's not a cloud chucker, but that flavour is very good.
CeraVape, if you are feeling generous,
I tried that in the comments. I was like, yeah, send us one free for review. And they're like, yeah, you can buy it. No, I can't buy it. I would if I could. I would quite happily buy it.
Thanks, CeraVape. Thanks. Next up on the review videos was the Council of Vapor Mini Volt. There we go, I got that
kit.
That Slack lost up his arsehole. I mean, in the washing machine. How's that performing?
Yeah, love it. I mean, it just hits so big for such a small device, and what we've already talked about, so I'm not going to go there. It is still carried about every day. I still spend many hours a day charging it, but I still love it.
Next up would normally be Vape Jam, but you know, we've done that already. There's not a lot to say about it. Looking forward to Birmingham NEC. So next up would be the R200, and yeah, it's an alright bit of kit. It's got a few downfalls. If you didn't watch the video, check our videos because it's down there. Find out what we said about it. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know that you found it. But at the minute, really, it's just occupying shelf space for me.
That's the trouble when you've got so many awesome devices to choose. There we go, awesome. I said it. That is only a matter of time. Next, it's going to be pretty cool. Anyway, when you've got so many devices, if something is not 100% or you know, is just only all right, and then you've got something next to it that's bigger and shinier, and yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Alright guys, so that kind of does it for the vlog this week and all the other associated stuff that we've done in this video. We hope you enjoy it. We hope we're doing the stuff that you love. And if we are, then please drop us a like and do the whole subscribe thing because it helps us out immensely. While I'm at it, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram because we are quite
chatty.
There we go.
Also, if you can give us a share, just get the word out there. That would be awesome.
That was almost a rhyme. Give us a share.
Yeah, if I'd have finished on awesome, it'd have probably rhymed better.
No, I would have fucked it up. Moving along, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Smog vlog.
Can I have some input? I would almost certainly guarantee that this is one of them stories. There's a moth. Sorry.
Sorry. If you're deaf now.
There's a moth!
It was a moth and it was coming right at him.
Mate, I'll keep my shit in here. Not literally my shit, you know, my clothes.
There's
and
a small pile in the corner.
of clothes, yeah, just to clarify.
Kent Online. I said Kent.
Yeah. Are you still laughing at Gooch?
Yes! Between your balls.
Also called you Notcher. Because it's not your balls and not your arsehole.
That's not as good. I like Gooch better. Hey Gooch. Am I reading out the next?
Yes. I think you should do it laughing as well.
Oh, that's definitely tickled my Gooch spot.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going to be a little bit smaller than Vapor Expo. No, this is Vapor Expo. It's only going to be a small one. So we'll just ease in there nicely. You probably won't even notice it happened. Stop putting your fucking thumb up, you idiot.
I haven't said pretty cool yet, have I?
Oh, awesome. Oh, shit.
I still haven't done it. Yeah. In other news, I'm going to be making some prompt cards so I don't keep saying pretty cool or awesome. And we're going to make Tony stick his thumb up his arse so he doesn't keep giving the thumbs up.
Okay, this video just has to get 1,000 likes and it will have... Oh shit. No, it won't. It might do. I might be in the mood. Who knows? Who knows? You'd watch. You dirty bastard.
I'd have to eat it again at some point. I don't think I would.
Oh yeah, you would be eating. Lick it.
Oh.
Lick it.
Jesus Christ. Shall I just introduce this bit? Okay, next up, having chat. So next up, Tony's belly.
I've still got to refill.
Yeah, I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just telling you, hurry the fuck up.
It's not going on.
Let me make that easier for you.
Oh, that's so cool.
Money shot. Do my stars look red to you? On the screen?
No.
No? Okay, in which case my eyes are bloodshot from all the vaping here. Talk about the device.
Yeah, I'm just about to. Ready?
Good, yes. Council of Vape and Mini Vape kit. Vape Jam. Which we've already touched on. But we can touch it again. Just touch it. Touch the tip. Let's sign out.
Yeah, we're done. This is running long.
It's 24 minutes, so it's like it's just under an hour.
I thought it said 54.
Nah.
It says 54 from here.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't. Are you doing this?
Probably not.
Didn't warm up and batteries are nearly knackered.
But we did it.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Ah.